Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to OBC Radio. This afternoon, I'll be joined with Dr. John Lennon, his segment called Real Talk. We're coming at you a bit different this afternoon, and I want you to tune in and listen as Dr. John Lennon throughout his Real Talk session, how we dissect, analyze, and expose major corruption that's going on within the mining industry. Stay tuned. This is OBC Radio. Second chances for the forgotten voices.
This is OBC Radio. Sounds for the news and weather. On the hour, headline news around the world. Welcome to Real Talk with John, a platform dedicated to finding solutions for Jamaica. In a previous video, I mentioned that the protest is planned for May 10 in New York City, and I gave reasons why we should do likewise in Jamaica on that day. Today, I'll focus on mining as a reason for us to all take to the streets, but I'll also touch on alternative industries to mining. Let's kick off with a video about the PM claiming to be environmental.
I want it to be absolutely clear to the Jamaican citizens that this government is the government of the environment. So we are that will trade off economic benefit for environmental costs. That is not this government. So yes, we hear the complaints. Yes, we hear all that is happening on social media and what is being said. But I want to reassure the Jamaican people that this government will be responsible with our environment, because already we are seeing the effects of climate change.
The evidence will prove that he is a liar and a bloody hypocrite. It will show that mining should be immediately halted and investigated because his government, more than any other, is allowing the exploitation on a grand scale. He can spout his bullshit because he's never bloody challenged. The fact is, mining has been an issue for decades.
This is what happens to bauxite once it's processed. The red muddy residue is dumped into a lake high up in the central Jamaican highlands. Environmental activists say this sun-baked sludge contains high levels of heavy metals and other pollutants. It's a soil that sustains no life. Nothing survives, nothing grows. Says the heavy metals in the residue are seeping into the groundwater, and that in turn is polluting rivers and streams further downstream. The bauxite mining that is taking place here is having a devastating impact not only on the environment and surrounding ecosystems, it's also posing serious health problems for the local communities. Local residents say air near the lake is thick with bauxite dust. The dust comes from the surface of the lake and from a nearby processing plant. Jamaica's bauxite deposits are rich and easily accessible. But those who oppose the mining say land erosion and pollution far outweigh the revenues that bauxite generates for Jamaica.
The only reason for mining is to make money to aid development. Simple. It is not complicated. Farmland, livelihoods, communities, and the environment are all sacrificed, not to mention the irreparable damage to people's health. So, for mining to be justified, the revenues must outweigh the huge costs associated with the industry. However, the plight of the people on the doorstep of mining is continually ignored.
Up first this evening, the livelihood of several farmers operating from the Charlemont Farm Scheme in St. Catherine is under threat. Animals are dying and decreased crop yields are just some of the problems. But why? Well, the people point to nearby mining. Kalisha Williams has the details.
Chickens dropping like flies. This one, gasping for breath, died within minutes of this video. When you consider all the factors, this coop located in Charlemont Farm scheme in St. Catherine is arguably a death trap.
I put in 500 chicken, right? And out of that 500 chicken, I killed 320 chicken.
The owner, Sherigay MacDonald, believes the problem lies here, a bauxite mining site meters away.
Before, we used to take up like one or two dead chicken. That's the least. And one finger, if you count, say you get 5 dead chicken, that's enough when I just came here. Right? But since them come down there, so I'm gone in the hundreds.
Meaning, since the mining activities got closer to her farm. So on any given day, as she tends to her flock, she has to make regular trips here, the burial ground.
The activity is conducted by 4 foreign-owned mining companies. So our earnings are derived from them. This should be via the bauxite levy, which is a tax on the amount of bauxite and alumina exported. The levy was introduced by Manley in 1974, and annual earnings increased over 7-fold from 25 million to 180 million US, which is around $1 billion in today's money. But today, none of the companies are paying the levy and haven't done so for years. So the PM is misleading the people because the billions that he referred to are the earnings of the mining companies. In 2021, the then Minister of Mining, Robert Montague, announced that the only company required to pay the levy was Windalco. How can a situation arise that mining companies do not pay for the ore? It should be absolutely impossible and should have been headline news, but this critical information was not reported over the airwaves. However, Windalco is not paying the levy. The company was using some of the proceeds from recent activities to pay for outstanding unpaid levies from years ago. But it gets worse. In 2023, the Minister of Finance announced that the company does not have to pay the balance that it owes, which is a paltry 10 million US.
The government is to give up some $10 million US in bauxite levy payments from Windalco over the next 2 years. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark told Parliament this afternoon that the company approached the government stating that it was on the brink of closure and in need of assistance.
Payroll for Windalco on an annual basis is $24 million US. $24 million US on an annual basis that goes to 600 Jamaicans. And that is what is at risk. If the plant closes, that $24 million US that comes in every year to pay Jamaicans would go to zero. And what we are giving up in order to ensure that those jobs are saved is an amount of $5 million approximately. So it's $5 million that you give up, but we keep $24 million per year of jobs in Jamaica.
Jamaica earns roughly $150 million US in foreign exchange through alumina exports from Windalco.
That's not bloody journalism, it's regurgitation. There are numerous points that need clarification. Clark claims it will save, what? Jobs. The workforce is 600 and the alleged wage bill is 24 million US. Therefore, according to him, each worker owns on average 40 grand per annum, which is over 6 million Jamaican dollars. Do you know any Jamaicans earning over $500,000 a month? It's utter bloody garbage. Not many Jamaicans earn $500,000 per month, and no one earning that amount would strike the 30 grand, but some of these workers did. The 24 million US is for contracts. The contractors employing the workers, and the wage bill is probably around 4 million, leaving 20 million for them. Some of the contracts are for transportation of the ore. So do parliamentarians or their associates own trucks? We need to find out. And add insult to injury, Windalco is allowed to dump its toxic waste beside Charlemont High School in Bogwalk. The highway is to the right and the school in the bottom right. There are no lows that the JLP and PNP will sink to. When I visited Bogwalk, A parent told me that her girl cannot attend school daily because of breathing difficulties. This is no surprise, because the dust causes asthma, which can kill. Added to that, Windalco has poisoned a nearby Rio coal break on numerous occasions, and the local MP, who is a PNP, has not shown any interest. Mining cannot be conducted for the sole purpose to save jobs. You cannot destroy another man's livelihood, home, community, health, and environment to preserve the employment of another. Everyone must benefit. So the position of the government is untenable. The report also claimed foreign exchange earnings of 150 million US. When the mining companies sell bauxite and alumina abroad, how do we earn foreign exchange? Wasn't the levy created for us to earn more foreign exchange? Probably I'm just dunce, but I don't bloody get it. Here is my understanding. The 150 million is company earnings, and the company does not have to share it with us. And the local media is aiding the industry and the JLP and the PNP by misrepresenting company earnings as foreign exchange earnings, so it appears that we benefit monetarily. That is my interpretation. In 2020, the PM insisted that he had made an enlightened decision to overturn the refusal to grant a permit for limestone mining in the Dry Harbour Mountains. His enlightened reasoning was based on projected receipts of 635 million Jamaican dollars and 100 jobs. So, according to him, disfiguring mountains and ruining the lives of the locals to collect $4.5 million US in tax, plus the creation of 100 jobs, the vast majority of which are low-skilled, so low-paid, and therefore exempt from income tax, is good for Jamaica. If his decision was based on tax revenue, then it is seriously flawed. $4.5 million US is only 0.05% of the budget. The tiny 3.5% quarry tax must be explained. To generate a tax liability of 4.5 million US, sales would be in the region of 130 million. So there are active profits for investors. The JLP and PNP facilitate exploitation. Mining can only be justified by a CBA, so the PM must provide his analysis because his enlightened decision seems to be for the benefit of investors. As with bauxite, journalists showed no interest in the economics. However, we could have a vibrant economy if free solar and wind energy were exploited with the same enthusiasm as the land and the people. A solar investment pays for itself within a few years, and coupled with a living wage that is significantly lower than remuneration in the West, this could make Jamaica an extremely competitive centre for manufacturing. With the inclusion of wind and batteries, manufacturing capacity could be greatly increased and new industries created. We could process local and imported raw materials to add value and export the finished products. Food processing would improve food security, create stable prices, and cut the import bill. Food and agricultural waste, including animal feces, can be used in the waste-to-energy process, and the byproduct of that is rich organic fertilizer. Renewables can power recycling, plastics, paper and cardboard, glass and tins and cans. This would dramatically improve solid waste management. There's also clothes and textile production. For instance, tourist memorabilia and khaki uniforms are imported. These industries could create thousands of jobs and drastically reduce the import bill. Now, does it look like the mob in Gordon House are working for the people? Did they deserve to go into a new parliament building? The fact is, neither party can be voted for. So we, the people, need to decide what to do. So please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll cover this urgent matter in a subsequent video, but simply refusing to vote is not working and never will. More details on mining can be found in the blogs on my website, letsbuildabetterjamaica.com, and videos on the YouTube channel of the same name. However, in the previous video, I mentioned the overturning of an injunction and how Industries Pen in St. Ann is being destroyed because of lies. I'll cover this in the following video, but I believe that there should be jail time for many people. Mining is based on corruption, and the PM is central to all of it. He must submit his CBA, that's the cost-benefit analysis, to justify destroying the Dry Harbour Mountains. I contacted Mocha and others over a year ago, but shock horror, nothing has been done. Hence the petition in the description below. It is addressed to the head of Mocha and the PM, so they cannot plead blooming ignorance. So please sign and circulate it. If you know folk in mining communities, please send them a link to this video. We won't get the changes we need if we do not act. Then there is bauxite mining. There are 4 foreign-owned companies. They're supposed to pay for bauxite via the levy, but none of them are paying it and haven't done so for years. I'm telling you, there are no laws that the JLP and PNP won't stoop to accommodate investors. None. Toxic wastelands have been created. Farmlands, livelihoods, communities, and people's health have been destroyed, not to mention the irreparable damage to the environment. And we don't get a cent for the bauxite. But the investors, they're doing very well. Just look at recent earnings. Over $4 billion US, and we get nothing. It really is treason. One of the companies is Noranda, and I have found no evidence that that company has paid the levy since at least 2017. However, somehow the company was granted a mining permit to destroy sections of St. Anne. Did you see the age of those guys? Now, the locals won an injunction to prevent mining, but believe it or not, the government, yes, the government, led an appeal claiming that the country would suffer insurmountable economic loss if mining was stopped. They submitted false and inflated projected levy payments to win the appeal, so industry's pen is right now being destroyed, and who knows what happened to the elders in that video. There are criminals in Parliament. It is a terrible case of treachery and greed, where the wants of the few far outweigh the needs of the many, and outlines yet again that the JLP and the PNP do not work for the people. Mining should be immediately halted whilst an investigation is conducted. A detailed report will follow, but more information can be found in the petition in the description below. Petitions are invariably ignored, but we need this one to go viral to prevent further suffering and destruction, as you're going to see in the following clip. I'm not going to comment about that. The petition is addressed to the head of Mocha and the PM, so they cannot plead ignorance. So please sign and circulate it. We won't get the changes we need if we do not act. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Stop.
My name is Cyril Anderson. I born and grew on this land and has been farming here since 1987. We are in an area and community where employment is only from the soil.
All the farmers here depend on these little lands that line around that have been given to our foreparents from earlier days during Michael Manley for land lease project. We realize that they narrow the bauxite company plan now to take it over and mine it.
Mining is expected to begin in the rural farming community of Industry Pen St. Anne. But it's not the only community that will be affected.
When them come mine it out, we don't have nothing to eat. Picking them now nothing to eat. They say it's a starvation.
I feel sad about it and I vex. When them dug this place up, that is the question we ask, what we're going to do. It's not me one, it's a lot of us.
Did you see the age of those guys? Now, the locals won an injunction to prevent mining, but believe it or not, the government, yes, the government, led an appeal claiming that the country would suffer insurmountable economic loss if mining was stopped. They submitted false and inflated projected levy payments to win the appeal, so industry's pen is right now being destroyed, And who knows what happened to the elders in that video? There are criminals in Parliament. It is a terrible case of treachery and greed, where the wants of the few far outweigh the needs of the many, and outlines yet again that the JLP and the PNP do not work for the people. Mining should be immediately halted whilst an investigation is conducted. A detailed report will follow, but more information can be found in the petition in the description below. Petitions are invariably ignored, but we need this one to go viral to prevent further suffering and destruction, as you're going to see in the following clip. I'm not going to comment about that. The petition is addressed to the head of MOCA and the PM, so they cannot plead ignorance. So please sign and circulate it. We won't get the changes we need if we do not act. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Well, there you have it. How much better explained. And this is what the government, led by Andrew Holness, and the fact that the People's National Party hasn't been speaking out on this matter. Hence the reason why we bring it forth to expose, inform, and educate. We ask of you to check in the description. Those of you who have already received the petition, we ask of you to pass it around, circulate it. Ask your friends and relatives to pass it around, sign it. Don't let this petition fall on deaf ears like the other one. This is OBC Radio with Real Talk with Dr. John Lennon. And we are going to switch over to the Lady Whistleblower show. Thank you for joining.
Cover the truth.
What?
Welcome to the Lady Whistleblower Show with Dr. Gordon. We fearlessly uncover the truth.
What is wrong with humanity? Who not kill, bow out and sell them soul for vanity? Young and old pick up things from them head and can't manage it. Me beautiful country, them a damage it. God bless Jamaica. Watch them and know I'm representing for OBC radio station, the only station where I entertain the nation. People, tune in and don't move on the dial. This is the only radio station when I live in denial. Check. Ha. You know it's Imaric, representing for Dr. Jermaine, the voice for the voiceless. OBC radio station brings you nothing but niceness. Big up all of the listeners and all of the fans, them the loyal ones, them. Jamaica was a good island, but by the governments, them it get spoiled, man. Them raise up the price pan the sugar, the high man. Behind closed door after the poor, them a smile, man. Them a pressurize the yellows and the juvenile, man. Them not provide no job, that's why they use them get vile, man. Poverty make them get angry and wild, man. And start rap, kill and kidnap people, child, man. Hold on the Jermaine, but they read him pass for a while, man. Can't believe us, so Jamaica really get the high, man. I love Jamaica, my country me not degrade, but me have to speak my mind, yes. In Jamaica me no like where you gone, the governments them not perform. In Jamaica me no like where you gone, too much people have face operation. Dr. Jermaine no like where you gone, every day you hear another life gone. And if you want a valid information, show me into OBC radio station. You think of that? Alright, me say, who feels it knows, who feels it knows. Dr. Jermaine tell them, enough time we gonna be made hungry. We could've got nowhere till we shot our close. And me say, who feels it knows, who feels it knows. Growing up, my life wasn't easy. Believe me, it wasn't a bed of rose. Watch I know, you know much time me go to school without no lunch money. Leave the house without no breakfast in a me tummy. But as I reach 11 o'clock, I need that who turn up at the school gate with the lunch, no me mommy. Sometimes she turn up with nothing at all. A Dr. Jermaine if you buy me something from the stall.
You are listening to OBC Radio, the #1 online radio, the radio station that gives second chances for the forgotten voices. We are a streaming platform. Artists get your music sell at no charge on obcradio.com. Email is info@obcradio.com. We bring you the latest in world news, sports, weather and entertainment with the latest mix. Tune in with Dr. Gordon and Company. Live podcast, I Just Want to Be Free. 10 countdown from music you stream. Chat live with DJ Zeke every Monday, Thursday and Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. On Wednesday, tune in with Didier with his Spanish segment. Live call-in 1-800-944-2166, extension 2. You can download our app OBC Radio from your Play or App Store or ask Alexa to play OBC Radio. Visit us on the World Wide Web, obcradio.com. Follow us on all social media platforms, OBC Radio.
It's your #1 station.
This is the weekend.
OBC Radio giving you all the hits.
What's up, you guys? It's Nicki Minaj.
This is David Guetta. All the hits. One station.
We're back on it. OBC Radio.
Don't go away. Stay with us as we take a quick break, and we'll be back here on the Lady Whistleblower Show, where we keep you informed.
It's your number one station.
This is the weekend.
OBC Radio giving you all the hits.
What's up, you guys? It's Nicki Minaj. This is David Guetta. All the hits. One station.
We're back on it. OBC Radio.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Minister of Misinformation, Robert Morgan. The Lady Whistleblower Show. Welcome. Where the gossip is as hot as a summer day in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm here to spill the tea. So grab your cups, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news from the corridors of powerful Edward Warmington. The man they call the Pitbull has found himself in the middle of a political dogfight. Sources say he let loose on Darrell Valls and none other than the Prime Minister Andrew Holness himself. But hold on onto your seats, because the drama doesn't stop here. Whispers are swirling that DCP Fitzbailey is in the line to be the next Commissioner of Police, but not if the people have their says. The streets are buzzing with calls for his resignation over the cover-up scandals linked to the Prime Minister's attorney, with a man murdered at his Barbican home just a few years ago. The plot thickens, folks, and in a stunning turns of event, Winston Ennis is handing in his resignation. Bear with us while we have a service interruption just now. We apologize for we just have a disruption just now. Bear with us. We apologize. We just have a service interruption just now. Whispers are swirling that DCP Fitzbailey is in the line to be the next Commissioner of Police, but not if the people have their says. The streets are buzzing with calls for his resignation over cover-up scandals linked to the Prime Minister's attorney, with a man murdered at his Barbican home just a few years ago. The plot thickens, folks, and in a stunning turn of event, Winston Ennis is handing in his resignation, giving up his seat to the PNP councillor Joy at KSAMC, has cursed him to the fiery depths for his action, saying he's a wicked, and has left her so distraught she's in tears. This is a roller coaster of emotions, and where we all in for the ride. Here is Joy Buckler. While we share, bear with me while I share you the recording of Miss Butler as she ripped Winston Ennis.
This really hurt me. I never talk. You understand? Because I couldn't believe that Ennis would have do with this. You understand? I couldn't believe.
But wait, there's more. Our sources tell us that Juliet Holness ran out of Parliament like a bolt from the blue when the judgment began. It seems the heat was too much to handle, and let's not forget the Patrick Bailey case. All eyes are on Fitz Bailey, who hasn't cracked the case as yet. The house of cards is shaking, folks, and it looks like it is ready to come tumbling down. In a dramatic twist, it seems there have been a sabotage against Ennis, not once but twice, blocking him from the deputy post. Fed up with the political games, he's thrown in the towel, and now all hell has broken loose. And get this, Andrew Holness didn't fire Warmington outright. Instead, he asked him to tender his resignation. But here's the kicker. He wants him to continue pulling strings from the shadows. But Warmington isn't playing ball, leaking the news and stirring up a storm within the Jamaica Labour Party. As the dice play, the PSOJ has put pressure on Holness to cut Warmington loose, but still they want him in the background helping to win the general election. It's a political chess game, and Warmington is not about to be anyone's pawn. In a jaw-dropping turn of events, Winston Ennis has been strong-armed into retracting his statement or face exile from Jamaica. This is just a taste of the public outrage.
Labour rights and all of my Jamaican brothers and sisters, that I remain a committed member of the Jamaica Labour Party. There is no issues which may arise that we cannot settle internally. I want to thank everybody at all levels of the party for their love and support. Let us remain fully committed to the cause of working to make Jamaica a better place. God bless you.
People are furious. They are saying that Ennis has been played like a fiddle, and now he's singing a different tune to stay on the island. It is clear as day that power plays are at work, and no one's hands are clean. Stay tuned, because this saga is far from over. The Lady Whistleblower Show will keep you updated on every twist and turn in this political pot boiler. Remember, when it comes to the story, we don't whisper, we whistle. Until next time, keep your ears to the ground and to the Lady Whistleblower Show. Don't touch the dial, because we have not yet finished. Because we have gotten reports that Nesta Morgan was sued by former FBI agent Wilford Rattigan. We will come right back after the break with what has been going on. OBC Radio, second chances for the forgotten voices. Let me get up close and personal with the viewers. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. I will do a roll call as usual. And for those of you, I notice people has been someone saying it seems as if since the People's National Party won the local government election, the diaspora bloggers, excuse me, are quiet. Since the People's National Party mashed up the Jamaica Labour Party's agenda, diaspora bloggers are quiet. I must say I'm not a part of that, folks. I have a wedding planning taking place in July, so you know how it goes. And we're trying to go with a bang. So that's what have me not here as often as one would want to be. But nevertheless, the show must go on, and we're here. So let's do a roll call, shall we? And of course, if you want to be a part of the roll call, we ask you to subscribe to our channel and just type in the chat and we'll give you a shout out. Anthony R, you were here since 2:06 p.m. We appreciate you. Garrett Harriet, Gerald Raoul, Natalie Freeman, Jay, Sophie, Suzette McDuffie, Louise Beckford, Beulah, Delia Graham, Merinda Murdoch, Abena, bless up, Andrea Joan Hamilton Wilson, Angela, Dwayne Anglin. It's the first I see this name. Welcome, Dwayne, but the name sound familiar. Claudia White, Delroy Henry. Yes, I realized there was no sound at the time. Sorry about that. Carlene Humphrey. Unicareer. Marlin Byron. First I see this name, welcome. Claudette Pierre. Norman Ferguson. Tina Moore. Max Romney. Somebody say sabotage. Jamaica do. Okay. For some of the, I've already been posting some of your comments, so that's why I don't continue because I've been doing so. I'll continue doing so now for those who have not seen. Max Romney said Jamaica don't want that everything can talk out properly. No protesting. Jamaica is not 80. I don't know what happened. God. I just see, and it happened twice. I get to understand that there are a lot of batty fish in the JLP party. Derek White, Rose Johnsons. Say good afternoon, bless up yourself, and to the staff of OBC Radio. Same to you. Randolph Riley, first time seeing the name. Bless up yourself. And for those of you who want the petition, please send me a message via WhatsApp or go to our website and send us shoot us a message from there. Annie Jones, we do need this petition to sign that Dr. Lennon is doing. Rudolph Riley said she is a house slave and does not have a future for the children and grandchildren. August and Holness and the JLP are criminals. If batty fish we could understand God, but are just wicked people in a JLP party. Wicked, them wicked. Patricia Williams, Grace Lewis, Rosemary King, wait, what should God says speak first? Marjorie Curtis, Nia Bren, men I like thieving politician. Why do you have to get married? One thing ticking off of my what you call it bucket list that I plan to do in life. Like skydiving, Disney World was one. Just ticking off things on my bucket list. And I mean, on the 20th of March, my partner and I would celebrate 4 years of being together, living together. Through thick and thin, of course, there's ups and downs as in any other relationship. But I find somebody who loves me for me and I love the person for who they are. And loyalty and trust and honor is there. So we're just doing it. Dr. Gordon, give me the story about big girl, nasty Morgan. Can't say that. Well, I remember, okay, I don't know if you remember, some months ago I showed a video clipping of Robert Morgan being served to court. Well, what we didn't knew, it was Wilford Rattigan who served him in court. So there's a battle and showdown in court. Big up yourself, Wilford Rattigan. Press gas. Farah act now. And of course, we'll keep you posted. Let me just put the number up, the WhatsApp number for you to hold on. I realize that this is not the right now. I said that the last time I didn't correct this. Let me remove that. Sorry. 1-800-944. That's correct, but 1917 374 4854. WhatsApp. I must remember. Yeah, WhatsApp 1917 374 4854, and I will send you the petition. Or you can just go to obcradio.com, the website, and contact us there. Let me also show this on Facebook. Annie Jones, Bug Life, get a lawsuit from Rattigan and him get... Oh, he has... Oh, in fact, hold a sec, because he's pleading. Morgan, Big Bad Morgan is pleading and asking for forgiveness, saying that he's sorry, but of course, Rattigan and his attorney not having it. And I want to because I did this mischievously, one should say. The photo. Okay, I see the message them coming in. Miss Lady from the UK, bless up yourself. You will get it in due time. So here is an article from the Observer. And this was Thursday, 7th of March. Hold on, but today is... So how I got this yesterday? Hey, okay, anyway. Thursday, the 7th of March. Apology not accepted. Information Minister Nestor Morgan. So I could have dropped this yesterday. Okay. Apology. Bless up yourself, Mr. Man. Bless up yourself. Apology not accepted. Information Minister Nestor Morgan sued for alleged defamation. Wilford Rattigan, former FBI special agent, New York, United States, just over 2 weeks after being forced to apologize and withdraw defamatory comments he alleged made on an online platform. Information Minister Robert Morgan has been sued in the Supreme Court of Jamaica. His accuser, former Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI Special Agent Attorney Wilford Rattigan, has made good on his threat to seek redress in the court on the matter, instructing his attorney Isaac Buchanan to file the suit on February 26, 2024. The lawsuit includes claim for damage for defamation, and damage for negligence. It also seeks interest at such rate and for such period as its honorable court deems just to also seek interest at such rate and for such period as this honorable court deems just person to the law reform malicious provision act or at such rate for such a period as the court sees fit. Rattigan, a fiery Jamaican American, is also seeking costs against Minister Morgan as well as any such further relief as the Supreme Court may deem fit. The suit did not mention any monetary amount as a settlement. The office of the Prime Minister, out of which Morgan operates as Minister without portfolio with responsibility for information, and the Attorney General of Jamaica have been listed as defendant in this case. Rattigan is claiming in the suit that Morgan on January 21st, 2024, while engaged on a local talk show, Chops Media, which broadcast to thousands of people, made defamatory statement against him. The claim alleged that in the defamatory statement, Morgan stated that Rattigan was dishonorable discharged from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and has never served in Jamaica as claimed. The claim note further that the content of the conversation, which the first defendant on the broadcast, was done in such a way to discredit the claimant. The first defendant has sought to discharge the claimant and the claimant and ruin his reputation by the nature of his false statement. The said defamatory statement were calculated on and or intended to and did cause injury to the claimant goodwill. The statement did expose the claimant to hatred, contempt, and ridicule. According to the suit, the claimant suffered loss and damage to his reputation, as well as negative opinions and disapproval of and refusal to do business with the claimant. In his apology and withdrawal of his comment on February 14, Morgan said, I have no aversion in withdrawing the comments I made, as I wish to make it clear, and there was no intention to defame Mr. Rattigan. I apologize to him and his family and sincerely withdraw any comments Mr. Rattigan deemed or thought as defamatory. Morgan also declared that he had no intention on engaging in any court action with anyone on this matter. For his part, Rattigan said, this is an action was not about money. This is not, and I want to reiterate, it is not about monetary gains. In fact, I want to assure all concerned that any money that comes from my action will be used to assist students or students from the dispersed community in Jamaica, he said. This is not the first time Rattigan has had a run-in with Minister of the current Jamaica Labour Party administration. The practicing attorney and an outspoken member of the diaspora, he has been a regular critic of the government over its handling for several issues, specifically crime and violence and corruption. Last year, he brought an unsuccessful suit in the Supreme Court to get the administration to disclose source of donation for the failed bid by Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamara Johnson-Smith to be elected Commonwealth Secretary General. He has since appealed the ruling. So there you have it, people. And this, let me give credit to Harold Bailey, writer from the Jamaica Observer. But yes, Rattigan is not playing. And the apology that Nesta Morgan has given, Rattigan let him know plain as day that it's not accepted. Simone said the JLP is warning all over the world. And it's so funny, speaking of that, today on Midday News, there was once again a travel advisory to Jamaica. And people are being warned not to visit Jamaica, period. So while the Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness is saying nothing has been going on and it was the Dirty 30 who caused this, today on Fox News and ABC News, you can go and check it out, Midday News, travel advisory on Jamaica was put out. And Mexico, while they said to be caution of Mexico, they advise people to stay away from Jamaica. So while you guys in Jamaica say, oh, everything is good and curry, no Jamaica, no problem, come. And the Dirty 30 was lying. Well, I'm glad to be a part of the Dirty 30. Mr. Rattigan must not accept any apology, Mr. Dave said so. Mr. Gordon, it's always a pleasure listening to you, sharing your thoughts and ideas. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really is. Keep up your good work, much is appreciated. UK shout out. Bless up yourself, Mr. Henry. It's all about the principle. You forgot Rattigan is a lawyer. Serve him right. Should teach him a lesson. Well, this is where we left it. We're going to leave it. We appreciate you. And I do hope you guys match the likes or the thumbs up with the amount of people that's here. We really appreciate it. And when you view the channel, don't skip past the advertisement. Sometimes there may be a lot, but don't skip past the advertisement. Because I know at times you guys may be working or doing some chores in your house while it's playing. Just let it run. We will continue to do what we are doing, and we do appreciate you. Until next time, remember to subscribe, like, share, and turn your notification on so you won't miss us while we are on. This is the Lady Whistleblower Show, and I'm your host, Dr. Jermaine Gordon. Thank you for joining us. Until next time.